Well, it's been a few weeks since our last adventure, and it's time to get out again. For this one, we've decided to cycle to the Llyn Peninsula, staying at an exposed coastal campsite near the Nefyn, Porth Iago, an extremely beautiful bay with views along the Llyn coastline and across to the Rivals mountain range. The weather is looking wet and windy, and daylight will fade around 4:30, so we'll need our lights and waterproofs for this one. So we're starting off from Caernarfon. We're heading down through a set of rural lanes. Yes, it's doing the navigation. Up to Porth Iago and Nefyn, and along to the final campsite of Porth Iago. We'll be stopping off just before Porth Iago for a beer in the Llyn Peninsula pub. Tomorrow we'll be travelling back on the coastal paths with views, much more direct route, bit quicker, back to Caernarfon again. Okay, just set off. Managed to get the kit down to just 2 panniers today, so amazed at that really. I'm wondering what I've forgotten. Obviously I've got the frame bag as well, and in there I've got all my tools, tent poles, things like that. But yeah, I'm surprised I've managed to get it down to 2 panniers, but here we go. Well, I didn't have to wait long for Iestyn to arrive.
Hello!
And then we were off. But it wasn't to be our day. We were going to get problems, I could feel it. So, what we're looking at, a puncture on the rear tyre. Unlucky, I haven't had one for years. But, got spares?
Got spare, yeah.
Any wise words we want to share?
I really enjoyed that experience. I'm so glad we set off early. I've had lots of time, and we will get to the campsite at midnight, I'm sure. I'm just looking at estimated time of arrival, 5:30. All right.
Tomorrow.
An hour for lunch. We're good on it.
Yeah, things weren't looking good for us today. Another half a mile and a full block this time. It was unavoidable. We had to leave the cycle path, head through the green lanes and back to the main roads. While we were doing this, the weather really started to turn. The rain got very, very heavy and the wind started to pick up. After a number of hours of cycling, we finally found a sanctuary, a place to escape from the weather and have a little chat about the progress we're making.
I'm a bit damp though.
I'm soaked, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, good dad. So do you want to bring us up to date on what we've done and where we are?
What we've done and where we are. Yeah, 41
Yeah,
kilometres.
something like that, yeah.
And we've been going at it for 4 hours and 4 hours and 37. But we have had a bit of distractions, haven't we? Like my puncture.
We've had a puncture. We've
And
had
a few navigation snags.
The roads have been good though. We didn't quite get the views.
No, but we never do.
And then out of the fog emerged this beautiful pub.
Yeah, like a mirage.
So which pub are we in?
We're in the Llyn Peninsula, which is a Robinson's.
Llyn Peninsula and in the Porth Iago. Which one are we going to?
We're going to Porth Iago, which is not far off the end of the Peninsula, if you like. So it's quite a way. It's not somewhere you go for a trip unless you're intending to go
it's in the
there
middle of
for a
nowhere.
reason.
Will there be?
Yeah.
Is there a shop there or a pub
No.
or anything?
No.
Oh, so
no.
it's
There's some
middle of
electric
nowhere.
there.
So the lesson for today is waterproof doesn't mean waterproof. Waterproof, 50 quid in Wales. 1 hour later, soaking.
Yeah, this says 1 hour 20 remaining.
Yeah. What else would I want to know about Porth Iago?
It's a lovely bay.
So the views will be good tomorrow.
It'll definitely be dark by the time we get there. And
It'll be pitch black by the time we get there.
Yeah.
So off we went. We'd kind of realised at this point that it was going to be a late night. We were going to be on green lanes and very small roads, and we'd be in quite an exposed or very exposed area. I think we've learned over the years that when we think it's going to be maybe 2 hours cycling, it's normally a lot more than that. But we don't mind this. We've got good lights, we've got backup lights, we're on empty roads really, and we know the guy in the campsite. He's just said, turn up and pitch. You don't even need to knock on the door tonight. I know you're coming. And at about 9:30 we got a sign. That great feeling when you finally reach your destination. We followed the signs down a track to the camp area just above the bay. We were the only ones there tonight, but we knew our host was opening the facilities for us.
Yeah.
The weather was relentless now, and we were looking forward to getting the tents pitched, drying off and warming up.
Got another one here. One's locked. Shower. She's locked.
We'd decided to pitch the tents next to the facilities, using them as a windbreak. Yestin had bought his 4-season tent, and he could have set up anywhere, but I was using a 3-season, which has never let me down. I thought I'd just give it a bit of a break from the wind if I could. My tent is a Nature Hike Cloud Peak. I've used it in all weathers, all through the year. I think it's brilliant for the money. Yestin's using a QU Summit tent. It's basically bomb-proof. He normally packs something lighter, so something tells me he was expecting these conditions. Besides the tent, the other kit I can't do without. On my Nature Hike sleep mat, it's got an R value of 8.8, it's really thick, and my winter sleeping bag, that's the OEX Leviathan 900. Along with an inflatable pillow, all of this keeps me super warm and comfortable.
Just finished about 10 o'clock. There's nobody here apart from us. So we've pitched right next to the shower block and toilet. Trying to get out the wind because it's absolutely blowing a hoolie. But the tent's up. I'm all changed now. I'm ready to get warm and chill out in here.
So despite the storm, I slept great. After a few tries with different mats and sleeping bags, I think the current setup works really well. The tent was being buffeted by the wind through the night, and I did wonder if it'd cope, but it didn't have a problem at all in the end. I woke around 8, I pulled my shoes on, I used the genius tip of bread bags to keep my socks dry in the wet shoes, and then I headed out into a fine day. What a difference 8 hours can make to the weather. I headed over to the bay, as being pitch black when we arrived, I'd seen none of the views yet. What a place. I know in the summer the campers pull up right above it. It must be fantastic. It was time for a cuppa, so I set up the stove. I'm using a liquid fuel stove, and when you can't have a campfire, the naked flame off this stove is the next best thing. I find the pot stand a bit flimsy, but hey, that's lightweight gear, I guess.
Coffee? Yes, plenty of water there, mate.
Right, time for a coffee and a chat then.
With these peninsulas sticking out, will one of them be Abersoch then?
No, it's all down there, isn't it?
Abersoch is
Down there, so...
right.
What, dry rub, yeah?
Made by the company.
Oh yeah, mine's dry rub, yeah, the original before. That's the problem, it's like anything, isn't it? You buy something before they become popular. Because I think you should only wear one for that, wear it when you're swimming. Because they're not breathable at all, are they? It's just like a bin liner with a lining.
Yeah, like a bin liner blanket.
Yeah.
And then a toast to Porth Iago.
Cheers. That is nice, isn't it?
So, all packed up, it was time to head back up the track to the farmhouse and thank our host and pay for our night's pitches. Then it was back on the road for the return leg to Caernarfon. The route was taking us back to Nevin and then along the coastal road taking in the great views. We stopped first in Tatus. This is a farm shop and cafe near to Porth Iago. We had a proper coffee and a spot lunch there. Then it was good roads, good weather and good views all the way back to Caernarfon. This route was far quicker than day one, but being on roads we would normally avoid it if it wasn't a February Sunday morning. If you've got this far in the video, then thanks for watching. Please give us a like as it really helps the channel. Yest and I plan to upload more of our trips on here as we go on them, so consider subscribing to the channel so you get informed of new videos. If you also go on trips like this or you've got any tips for our future ones, then we'd love to hear from you in the comments. And last but not least, a huge thanks to Yestin for yet again planning the route, doing the navigation and waiting for me at the top of all the hills. Thanks Yest.